نسألك يا من هو الله الذي لا إله إلا.
My dear brothers and sisters, the title of my talk today is The Vision of a New Era. As you all know, Ramadan is the month of revelation of Quran. شهر رمضان الذي أنزل فيه القرآن. Ramadan is the month in which Quran was sent down. To be more specific, Quran was sent down to enter into the life of humanity at the right time on a night of calculated measure. ليلة القدر. إنا أنزلناه في ليلة القدر. We have indeed revealed it in the night of right measure. In order for us as human beings to realize the guiding light of the new message, Quran uses images from our surrounding reality as metaphors. Examples include the dawn, al-fajr, the morning, al-duha, and the day, al-nahar, because they manifest the light of the sun and disperse the confusion and the darkness of the night. Similarly, the light of the message disperses the darkness of misguidance. All these phenomena in nature are called upon to witness the importance of the divine guidance in the life of mankind. This is why you see in Quran the oath. All these things are called upon to bear witness. Wal-fajr, wal-duha. Therefore, the revelation of Quran is the most significant event in the history of all worlds. It was witnessed by the angels and the archangel Jibreel alayhi salam. تنزل الملائكة والروح فيها. Therein come down the angels and the Spirit, Jibreel alayhi salam. By itself, this tells you the degree and the level of protection that surrounded the revelation of Quran. Another unseen world, al-jinn. Jinn felt also the significant changes that took place at the beginning of revelation and described the situation as a state of emergency involving the whole universe. وَأَنَّا لَمَسْنَا السَّمَاءَ فَوَجَدْنَاهَا مُلِئَتْ حَرَسًا شَدِيدًا وَشُهُبًا. They tried to touch and pry on the secrets of the heaven, but we found it filled with the stern guards and the flaming fires. On that night, my dear brothers and sisters, Surah Al-Alaq was the first coherent construct surah revealed to Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. It laid the features of the vision for the new era, the era of Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. And we live in the era of Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam because there is no prophet or messenger after Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So this is still his era. And the vision has been always the same. How human beings can make their life a safe and successful journey towards Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. How they can be true worshippers of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. This is what we call ibadah. وَمَا خَلَقْتُ الْجِنَّ وَالْإِنسَ إِلَّا لِيَعْبُدُونَ. So, to worship Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is the main objective of creation. But the new era required new tools and the new skills to translate the vision into actions. For the first time in the history of mankind, creation and science are brought together and incorporated into the system of knowledge of humanity in the new era. Read with me, and you all know it. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. اقرأ باسم ربك الذي خلق خلق الإنسان من علق اقرأ وربك الأكرم الذي علم بالقلم. Read in the name of your Lord, who created man from a leech-like cloth. Read, and your Lord is most jealous, he who taught by the pen. My dear brothers and sisters, the creation of man from a leech-like cloth by itself is a new piece of information. And man must know this fact. Actually, the leech-like cloth became recently a recognized stage in the development of the fetus inside the womb of the mother. This discovery represents a leap in the human understanding of creation. Creation in the vision of Quran is a process that consists of many stages. Creation of man, like the creation of heavens and earth, went through stages under the order and direction of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. أَلَا لَهُ الْخَلْقُ وَالْأَمْرُ. To him belongs the creation and order. And order, as Iqbal rahimahullah used to say, is direction. When you give an order, you are giving a direction. Science is the knowledge that we formulate about everything that has been created for us and everything we create for ourselves. Science follows the creation. And my dear brothers and sisters, there is no need to create a conflict or a dichotomy between them. This unnecessary war and conflict between those who are pro-creation and those who are pro-science has no meaning. In fact, science and creation have to be integrated. Who appreciates Allah, the Creator and the all-knowing most? Those who seek knowledge appreciates Allah the most. إِنَّمَا يَخْشَى اللَّهَ مِنْ عِبَادِهِ الْعُلَمَاءِ. Those truly fear Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and appreciates Him most among His worshippers who have knowledge. Those who create and invent are the most who glorify Allah, the best among the creators. فَتَبَارَكَ اللَّهُ أَحْسَنُ الْخَالِقِينَ. So blessed be Allah, the best among the creators. Creation and science, my dear brothers and sisters, provide the tools and the skills needed to civilize the earth and the experiences to build newer and higher cultures. However, these same tools and the skills can be given the direction of falsehood, the direction of evil, or the direction of transgression. Listen what Quran says. إنما تعبدون من دون الله أوثانا وتخلقون إفكا. For you worship idols besides Allah and you create falsehood. Creation and science, the source of our strength, may become the source of our weakness. In other words, my dear brothers and sisters, we are weak if we lack the ability to invent and the ability to learn, and we are weak if the creativity and science are given the direction of evil and falsehood. And therefore, from day one, Surah Al-Alaq warns us against a dangerous disease. This disease is called self-sufficiency, al-istighna, that leads to transgression, tughyan, and going beyond the limits. Transgression is the worst threat to the human condition. كلا إن الإنسان ليطغى أن رآه استغنى. But man does transgress all bounds, in that he looks upon himself as self-sufficient. By the virtue of creation and science, the human being has the great potential to be autonomous and to be the agent of a change and success. However, autonomy as a virtue can go to the extreme and convert into the disease of self-sufficiency. Quran considers self-sufficiency a state of transgression. Self-sufficiency can take the form of resisting and refusing the help and the opinions of others around us. You are all familiar with the Pharaoh, Pharaoh. ما أريكم إلا ما أرى. You have to see what I see. There is no place for your opinion. You have to follow my opinion. This is a form of self-sufficiency. It is a fake feeling because we need the help and the cooperation of others to satisfy even the simplest of human desires, like hunger, for example. You know, the simple loaf of bread. As simple as it is, look how many people contributed to its production. Thousands of people. And through history, the experience of probably millions of people. And then the human being pretend that he or she is self-sufficient. Where is your self-sufficiency in that? Self-sufficiency manifests its worst form when man resists the need for divine guidance, al-huda. When they refuse the guidance of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Divine guidance does not take away your role, your autonomy, or your role or your agency as a human being. In fact, it facilitates the change and makes it possible and more effective. We need to master all our faculties and all our knowledge and capability to create and invent as we seek the guidance of Quran to distinguish good from evil and the truth from falsehood. Hudan lin-nas, this is how Quran describes Quran. Hudan lin-nas wa bayyinatin min al-huda wal-furqan. Quran as guidance to mankind and the clear signs of guidance and the judgment between right Wrong. The last verse in Surah Al-Alaq provides the methodology to protect ourselves against the threat of confusion and self-sufficiency. Wasjud waqtarib. Prostrate in adoration and bring yourself closer to Allah. My dear brothers and sisters, sujood represents the highest state a human being can attain, close to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. As the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam explained, أقرب ما يكون العبد من ربه وهو ساجد. When we put our forehead, the most dignified part of our body, on the floor, we are liberating ourselves from our own ego, the most difficult barrier that comes between us and Allah and His guidance. Sujood becomes our admission that we are in need of our Creator and His guidance. Sujood is the best way to resist the disease of self-sufficiency and to protect ourselves against the threat of destruction that results from the transgression of self-sufficiency. My dear brothers and sisters, sujood is not static, but a dynamic movement towards Allah. In the model of a prayer, as prescribed by Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, sujood is the only movement that is done twice successively in every unit of a prayer or rak'ah. In fact, the way sujood is performed is the exact translation of the last verse in Surah Al-Alaq into practice. No matter how high sujood can bring us close to Allah, the movement should not stop. Seeking a more advanced state is always required. Therefore, prostrate one more time and liberate yourself from the position you have already attained from the first sujood. In your daily life, in our daily life, do not be satisfied with any state you achieve, no matter how high and advanced it is. Always aspire to the next, higher and better one. My dear brothers and sisters, this is the vision of the new era, the era of Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. Three features characterize this vision. Number one, creation and creativity, integrated with science and knowledge, constitute the solid foundation for the progress and success of any society. They constitute the fountain of strength as long as they are given the direction of truth and goodness. And it follows, if they are given the direction of falsehood and evil, then they become our own weakness. Second, vigilance must be continuously exercised to protect the society from the weakness produced by the disease of self-sufficiency, and to protect the society from the threat of self-destruction caused by transgressing the boundaries and going into the extreme at-tughyan. Third, divine guidance must accompany and inform all our actions to ensure that they have the right direction. Sujood and bringing ourselves closer to Allah in a perpetual and dynamic way remains our model and the standard for our liberation and elevation. أقول قولي هذا وأستغفر الله العظيم لي